Yeah.
That's going to be the key. Tonight we're going to, Emily can't make it, so we'll just get started. Sooner we start, sooner we go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, soup from
I've already driven to
not on
dinner.
the fire.
That's alright.
I cooked lasagna already today, so it's already sitting there ready.
We had lasagna last night, we've got leftovers too.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
So today we're pretty much going to carry on from what we covered last week. So last week we introduced strategic planning, and we are kind of starting to, I mentioned that the last week's session was actually supposed to be 2 sessions, but it just didn't seem like 2 sessions, so we did it in 1.
Yeah.
Probably could have even thrown in tonight stuff with it, but so this might be a bit shorter, but that's all right.
That's cool. I
Gives you guys time to take it in slowly. I need to have a look at whether or not we have class next week, just because it is sort of term break, and I may not be able to be here, and Wednesday is Anzac Day, so if we're having that off anyway, we might have enough spare classes to actually be able to skip that week and have a week off, but you guys would be carrying on.
Carry on with the assessment?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll just have a look at that and put a forum post up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I checked on today and I was like wondering if you'd decide to be class not, so.
Yeah, definitely today, but maybe not next week. I have started marking those course forums.
Oh, I did read that, yeah. I read that today.
Oh, did I send it to you?
Yeah.
I've got it.
A couple of days ago, I think, yeah.
But if you've got any questions with that, just come back to me. All of those all my marking is going to be checked by another assessor, and so everything will be post-moderated. And if they don't agree with what I've given you, then they'll come up with something else. But we'll leave that'll happen later on when the whole course is finished. So, first of all, review what we covered last week. So, did you...
I've been trying to do other stuff.
Okay, you've been trying to do other stuff.
Well, I've been trying to do those posts, redo the posts.
Yeah. Ariana, what did you...
I'm trying to remember last week. I know I was here and I know we did planning, I'm just trying to remember what.
Yeah, so we looked at strategy and planning, okay? So we looked at, firstly, what was strategy all about? So, remember?
I'm trying to.
Do you get the handouts from last week?
No, I didn't. Thank you.
So strategy was around how the organisation create its competitive advantage. So how does it differentiate itself and make itself successful in the operating environment, essentially. We talked about what does strategy mean for business. It needs to be unique, it needs to be competitive.
Oh, that's right.
It needs to have some sort of brand reputation and goals, and so it sets itself up in some way that's different, unique,
Kind of have a niche and market.
exactly. So a bit of a market niche is important. So that strategy often there might be a strategy statement. There's also usually a mission statement for an organisation, so that's relevant for your assessment because you need to find the mission statement for the organisation that you're looking at. So the mission statement is usually outlining the purpose of why does this organisation exist. I'm going to be doing this tonight.
I should have said over there. I always need to sit here because I don't know.
Yeah, that's over the side too.
That's right. So mission is usually like, what is the overall purpose? Why do we exist? And then the mission statement is often like a value statement, which outlines the organisation values. There might be a vision statement, which would suggest where we want to be in 5 years or so, or 10 years, or what do we want to look like in the future. So all of that sort of ties in together, and we also briefly talked about the importance of innovation within that, especially with the really fast technological change that we're talking about. Have you heard of disruptive technologies?
Yes.
So disruptive technologies are?
Well, I've kind of heard of it, and
Yeah.
I figure that is something that is disruptive enough to change how that certain thing operates
Yeah.
in a standard way.
So it essentially throws how we do things currently completely out the window, you know.
Yeah.
A 3D printer is a disruptive technology,
Yes.
you know, they've printed a house, or, you know, in China apparently.
Wow.
And that,
In
that's
China, so
what-
it's probably not very good.
I don't know. Lots of things are made in China these days.
Yeah.
It's that kind of technology, like, you know, and you know, before it was like not everyone could have a printer in their house or a colour printer in their house. Next minute everyone's going to have a 3D printer in their house, and what are you going to be printing with that? The smartphone was a disruptive technology when it came in. It got, you know, it completely made things like BlackBerry just out the window, redundant. You know?
I remember when it used to be like the whole Apple versus BlackBerry, and now it's like
BlackBerry
BlackBerry.
and Kindle versus publishing.
Yeah.
Kindle was very disruptive to the publishing industry.
Exactly,
because-
disruptive to the publishing industry.
And I started kind of tying that in what you say as well, like the thing that the
Working on.
organisation that I'm working on as well, and the disruptiveness they're bringing to
Yeah.
the publishing industry
Good.
and actual Kindle itself.
Yeah, online music has been a disruptive technology for the music industry. But those are all about the importance of innovation. You know, if we're not innovating and adapting to those disruptive technologies, then the organisation is not going to succeed in having that competitive advantage. So it's about being able to change, and so that's about focusing on knowledge within the organisation rather than, you know, rather than production. It's about focusing on knowledge, problem solving, and we looked at a little clip from Apple, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So that's on the. I don't know if the links for it's on Moodle or not actually, but if it's not there, then but it was interesting. So that ties in with what we're going to do this week, which is just flowing along about looking more closely at the types of goals and plans that an organisation will have, how to make them effective, why we have them, and what some obstacles might be. Have you guys done any of this stuff at school? Have you looked at any?
Our planning was very basic.
Yeah.
It would just be like little bubbles of put your thing in the middle and it was nothing in depth.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm really bad at it.
Okay. No. Yeah. I mean, obviously planning. There's, you know, personal planning. So that obviously involves, you know, you guys setting goals for yourselves and plans as to how you're going to achieve them. But then there's organisational planning, which is where we're probably focusing on to some extent a bit more, but the process is very similar. You have to look at what is your vision, where do you want to be, what do you want to achieve, and you know, you're just saying that it might be something you're still working out, but where is the organisation going, you know, tied in with the mission, what is their purpose or their reason for existence. Then we create goals, okay, so the goals tend to be what are the target, what's the end result going to look like, and then the plans help us to achieve the goals. Okay, so the plans should line up with those, and that's where this is kind of a bit of a framework to help you sort of get a bit of an understanding there. We've got strategic goals and plans, tactical goals and plans, and operational goals and plans. But we've talked about management, different levels of management, top level, middle managers, and first line managers. Well, that's similar with this. You know, it goes back to your organisational structure. Okay, so the strategic goals and plans tend to be set by your top level managers, tend to be long term. Okay. So they would set strategic goals, and then you develop your plans in order to achieve those goals. Middle managers will look, okay, these are the plans, these are the goals we need to achieve. What sort of tactical goals are we going to have? What's the middle level goals we're going to have? 1 to 5 years or 1 to 3 years sometimes, to trying to help achieve those, okay? Because, the purpose for the department is to achieve the overall organisational objectives as well. And then the first line managers are really focusing on the operational within 1 year. You know, what is the day-to-day targets that we've got to achieve and how are we going to achieve them? Have a look at activity 1 in your handout. And this one you have to try and decide whether it's a strategic, a tactical or an operational. Okay. So if we can do the first one together. Increase sales at least 18% each year for the next 2 years.
Tactical.
Tactical, yeah. And that's kind of given away a bit by the time frame.
The time frame, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, have a go at the rest of them. Done?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. What did you get for number 2? Reduce staff turnover to 10% in all stores during the next 2 years.
Tactical.
Tactical. During the next 5 years, 40% of revenue will come from our branded products.
Strategic.
Strategic. Improve customer service by 15% in all stores in the region.
I wasn't too sure what that was.
Operational.
I was kind of between operational and tactical, I wasn't too sure.
Because I thought maybe first line managers would.
So first line managers probably wouldn't be managing all stores in the region, would they? So
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
stores in the region, maybe middle managers,
Yeah.
probably more likely tactical.
Yeah.
But you see how hard it gets when
Yeah.
you put a time frame on it. What about increased visibility of stores in the region?
Tactical.
Yeah, tactical. Because that's about increasing your market share as well. So it's about trying to achieve some of your high level goals, such as being the lead frozen yogurt industry leader in these suburbs in 5 years' time. Decrease shrinkage to 5% in store X.
Operational.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Operational. It's quite, we're just focusing on one store. Shrinkage is, stock loss and things like that. Achieve minimum stock turnover ratio once each month at all stores within 2 years.
Tactical.
Yeah,
Tactical, yeah. Remodel store Y by April.
Operational.
Operational. In 5 years, be the ice cream frozen yogurt industry leader in the suburbs. Strategic. And achieve profits equal to 2,000 monthly per employee in all stores this fiscal year.
I've got tactical.
Operational because it's only a year, but then it's almost strategic because it's all employees.
Yeah. And all stores. It's
Yeah.
covering all stores. So we'll probably go for tactical because it's
Yeah.
probably more likely to be managed at a middle level. Okay, so what were some of the problems you see with some of those goals that are written there?
Oh, Jesus. What, these ones in here?
Yeah.
Wait, what are we?
What are the
If we
problems?
said, have you seen the SMART framework for goals before?
No.
SMART. So basically, whenever you write a goal, it should be SMART.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and whether it's a personal one or an organisational one. SMART means that it's specific, okay, which means there's enough detail that we know when we, what it is we're trying to achieve. It's measurable, so we can say when we've achieved it, we can see the outcome. It's attainable or achievable, so it's actually something that's realistic and not completely impossible. Like if we, it's relevant, so it's something that's actually going to be meaningful for the business and important to business success. So it's perhaps that can tie in with being linked into higher level goals. Okay. There's no point having an operational goal of remodelling store Y by April if the organisation tactical goal is to close store Y in 5 years' time. Why would you? And it's time limited. Okay, and so the time frame gives you a bit of an idea as to it sets your target. It tells you. When you have to go back and measure it to see if you've actually achieved it. Okay, so goals at all levels can be SMART. Strategic level, at the tactical level, at the operational level. And then even goals that are set at the operational level will flow down into the individual employee performance goals as well. And whatever you want to call them, whether it's key performance indicators or performance targets or performance goals even. You can still filter those organisational goals down into the individual employee goals and into targets. Some people add challenging onto that list as well, but then then it doesn't smell smart anymore. But challenging is kind of important, because if you set goals that are too easy, what happens? Wow. Check that box. Don't have to do any more. That's it. That's all we have to achieve. What if they could actually achieve $5,000 monthly per employee in all stores if they really set their minds to it? But their goal is $2,000. So this, once they hit $2,000, sweet. Why do any more? Where's the motivation to actually push above and beyond? And that is one of the criticisms of goal setting, is that we will work to the goals and no further. And another criticism of goal setting is that people start to play games with achieving those goals. It's like, sure, we can reduce staff turnover to 10% in all stores during the next 2 years. We won't report that. Or we will, we'll do something else. Or we can improve customer service by 15% in all stores in the region by changing the customer feedback forms. So the questions are a little bit different. So you can start to see how game playing can occur. Here's some examples. Are those two goals SMART? No, not the second one. The first one's quite specific, isn't it? Is it measurable? Can we tell when it's been achieved? Yeah, we can. Probably, We could walk around and have a look. We could measure the budget. Is it achievable? Attainable? Should be.
Well, it should be. 160,000 isn't a lot though, really, for what they would do.
So it might be a little bit unrealistic.
Slightly, but not by much.
Is it?
What's that?
That was achievable.
Oh, that's right.
Is it relevant?
I suppose.
Is it relevant? What they've suggested, is it relevant to expanding their practice?
Yeah.
And is it time bound? Okay, so that's fine. It does kind of meet those criteria, right? The second one, to encourage team contributions and communication via the internet. Will we know when we've achieved that?
No.
We can't really measure that, eh?
No.
If we were going to make it measurable, what would we put in there?
Well, you'd have a date probably when you wanted it to be launched and dates when you wanted it to be
And getting feedback as well.
looked at.
Yeah, and you'd probably put some kind of quantifiable measure on there, like increased team contributions and communication by 15%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just a very broad spectrum of.
And then how you measure those sorts of things can be difficult, but if it's all done via an online platform, then this is the course. See, the course forum posts are good like this. We can actually measure engagement. We can measure. We can. I think you can actually view how many hours students spend on there and things like that. You know.
That's bad for me because I don't want to do it and then I'm like copy paste it. It takes me about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but you start to get quantifiable data. You know. Well, it's like you know how I put the class videos onto YouTube so that you can click the link and watch them. Well, YouTube Analytics gives us how many views we get.
Yeah, exactly.
And how long students watch for. I mean, they don't tell us individual students.
Yeah, they just show you.
But it shows, so it gives us some data as to whether or not that's actually being used.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't being used, we could say, well, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
But I might have digressed a little bit there. But you can see from the goals that we've got with the ice cream shop, increased visibility of stores in the region.
I don't know what that means.
By how much? You know, like
You want to put some better signage in?
you just want to put a billboard out the front. Or
Another thing that I'm looking at is like achieve profits equal to $2,000 monthly per employee.
Yeah.
What if you've got an after-school kid who works 2 hours a week?
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So
obviously others would have to average.
yeah, maybe you could say an average of 2,000
Yeah.
per employee in all stores this fiscal year.
Yeah, it's hard to say with something you can see, like the planning that could go behind it.
Yeah.
Like the first one, you could see like how that could be measured and what kind of time frame, what they're actually looking at, and the kind of planning they've got behind it. The second one, you can't really see what kind of planning they've got behind it, because you're just asking all these questions in your head, like, well, what do you mean by this?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that?
And sometimes that is just specific to a particular industry or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if we go back to that sort of that structure, strategic, tactical, operational, these should tie into each other. You know, we should be able to set in 5 years, be the leading provider of ice cream, frozen yogurt on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right?
That's achievable because no one else has a frozen yogurt shop.
I think somebody set up in Westport.
Oh, Westport?
Yeah, but a guy came from Wellington or something, and he set up an ice cream shop up in Westport because there wasn't one. He came from overseas even.
Yeah, Greymouth girls just
Greymouth we could do with
remodeled the Hokitika like Sweet Alice's ice cream place.
Nice.
Looks so much better down there.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so so you could have that as a strategic goal. Tactical goal, we could say, right, we need a store in Greymouth, a store in Hokitika, a store in Westport. We need, if we're going to be the leading provider on West Coast, maybe even one further south. Friends and Fox probably prime targets.
Yeah, I was going to say Friends and Fox you hear so much.
Exactly. Probably hidden away. But then we, and then you filter that down into the lower level. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we need to purchase a
shop.
We need to, lease a shop. Yeah. So the goals turn into plans essentially. From a strategic goal becomes a strategic plan, which is the steps you're actually going to take to achieve that mission. The tactical plan will help you to achieve your tactical goals, which helps you to achieve your strategic goals. Your operational plan will help achieve your operational goals, which helps achieve your tactical plan. Okay, so it should filter through that way, and that starts to get complicated. And then what did I not finish one? Oh yeah, just school. Strategic planning. process, I think I've mentioned, we've got different levels of management involved at different stages, and different time frames for them. So but there is a consultative process. Like, you can't do your planning without doing your Pestel and your Porter's sort of 5 forces. So you have to have that information about the environment to engage, to start your goal setting and your planning. There's no point setting a plan to be the lead mobile phone provider if you're not going to get into smartphones, when that's where the technology's gone. So you have to actually link the environmental stuff in with it. And I think that's what you need to do in that assignment as well. What's the question that you should ask there?
Is this the one about the planning purposes?
I think you go, because you identify what the mission is, and then somewhere you have to say whether or not
undertaking microenvironmental analysis for its 5 forces and explains its value for planning purposes.
So then you do your Pestel and your Porters, but then you say what are the key drivers for change, and then you say do those key drivers fit with the mission or vision of the organisation. Okay, so are those key legislative or political or social changes that are happening actually going to align with the mission statement that the organisation has currently? Because if it doesn't align, then they're going to have to rethink their purpose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Questions? What does KPI stand for?
What did you say?
KPIs for time frames. Did you say it?
I did say it 10 minutes ago.
I feel so dumb.
Oh, I don't want to make you feel dumb. Key performance indicators.
Oh, that's right. I'm really saying that now.
It's okay. Things like that go in one ear and out the other for me as well. So, but that's a key piece of jargon that you'll hear from management, especially when it comes to managing performance. You might even, if you apply for a job and you pick up a job description, you might even see key performance indicators. We'll talk about it in that chat. Key performance indicators in the job description as well.
Pretty sure I've seen that in the job I just applied for.
So now you know what KPI stands for. But you can sound like you know what you're talking about if you can throw around some of the management jargon, like
jargon sometimes that's just like
yeah.
And a lot of managers won't go around saying, well, this is a tactical goal and this is an operational goal. They just go, this is the goal, this is the plan, or whatever. And they often use goal and plan interchangeably as well.
I think you really do to understand some jargon, need context a lot of the time. I'm struggling with my accounting book because some of the jargon in there, I'm
struggling, like with when you're reading it, I'm like, whoa,
what does this even
Does
mean?
it have a glossary at the back?
No, I don't think so.
No, if it does, it's very basic.
Okay.
Yeah, just like the
Have
whole
you
entire
Googled-
text in there.
Have you Googled glossary of basic accounting terminology?
No,
I haven't gone that far yet. But I'm just trying to catch up with the reading, and I'm like reading it, and I'm like, okay, underline that word, I don't know that one. Underline that one, I don't know that.
Well,
but with reading a lot of the time too, I kind of just look for the context to understand the word. But since it's so dense, I'm like, nothing's coming
there
out.
are so many words in there that you don't understand, so you can't understand the context to
I
understand.
know, it's so confusing.
Hence why I don't teach accounting.
I didn't struggle with it last time I did accounting, but this time I have been struggling, I think it's
just the high level,
it's the high level, and I think it's mainly the jargon as well.
I would recommend you suggest to Ian that I would recommend you Google finding a glossary of basic accounting terminology. It's something that you can print out and you can just have there as a reference that you can refer back to.
I told Ian I want one-on-one.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. Or a CFP can find something like that, but you should be able to come up. There's heaps of stuff available online. And just have it there as a reference point for yourselves. But
I find Ian's lectures, whatever you like to call them, are quite basic. Like he pretty much just opens up the book and reads the book to you.
accounting is a hard
hard.
It's really, yeah.
It is
It's
hard.
a bit
It's a little bit
different.
confusing. I'm like, oh my god, like you give us so much, and he's just
Yeah. And accounting.
I mean, a lot of readings as well.
Accounting is hard
Yeah.
because it's a yes or a no, you know.
Yeah,
this sort of stuff.
it's
is-
math.
is more like-
It's not fun.
Yeah, more ambiguous. But if
It
you're
is.
not getting what you need, then let us know. Let him
Yeah.
know, and you
I
like,
think,
as you do, come in and ask for help. You know. Because
yeah, he's going to find out soon enough because we gave us this assessment that we had to do, and have you looked at it?
It's big.
Oh my god.
It's so big.
So-
like, it's massive.
Yeah, I've been trying to look at it. Is it tomorrow night we have accounting, isn't it?
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got to
so-
bring in like a draft or something. Well, I'm bringing him in like a page of, I don't know what
I
I'm doing.
understand, yeah. So I think he's
Yeah.
going to know, like from someone
From
from
smart.
class who's
Yeah.
going to need help, which is good.
Which is, I think, going to be all of us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cool. Okay. All right.
It's just very broad, I think, as well.
Yeah,
If you need additional, yeah.
I think I will need
Just,
one.
I think it's probably easier for him to do it one-on-one because he can give you more.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like, I was struggling with this until I just had a one-on-one with Kate, and now I'm just like, okay, I fully
You know what
get
you're doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And accounting is different from the rest of it.
It is.
I think because like with management, HR and marketing, I can intercross them
Yeah.
a lot easier.
Yeah.
But with accounting, it's like a whole other league. So yeah.
I've never actually done an accounting paper.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just going to say, yeah.
I mean, I've managed budgets and things.
Yeah.
Like I've been a manager and managed
Yeah.
budgets, but that's kind of different than actually
Yeah.
studying
And I
accounting.
thought I liked accounting too. And
I thought I liked it too. And I was like, I love accounting.
yeah.
And then,
Yes. And now I'm like, oh.
yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's
It's good to have a challenge, eh?
Yeah,
Go
it
back to our
is.
SMART goals. That can be the challenging one. In terms of what might be obstacles to your planning process for an organisation, can you think of some things that might throw out some challenges?
Well, like that second one the first one actually where they said they needed like $160,000, if that's like an obstacle could be budgets, if they don't have the money.
Financial resources, yeah, absolutely.
Competitors.
Competitors, yep, absolutely. Which comes into the Porter's 5 forces, so that's
Yeah.
part of your
Or SWOT.
micro-environmental analysis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a three?
Yep, it's coming with a SWOT. So, yep. Rapid environmental change.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that could be in any of the micro or macro level environment. Could
Yeah.
be in any of your Porter's 5
Yeah.
forces, or it could be in any of your PSTAL
Yeah.
factors. As if anything's changing really fast, if it's they call it dynamic change.
Oh, yeah.
If it's changing really fast, it's very hard to plan. Some organisations might do multiple planning pathways, like
Yeah.
simulations. Like, and I know like big petrol oil companies like Shell and stuff do this. Is okay, what happens if there's a war between America and Russia?
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is probably going to be happening soon.
yeah, well, they're paying attention to what's happening
Yeah.
politically
Yeah.
and going, what is the potential impact for us and for our business? Is it a good impact? Is it a bad impact? Or maybe there's like 3 possible options, and then we can go, well, if this happens, then we will do that.
Yeah.
And if this happens, we will do that. So they've got some forethought about responsiveness to some of that rapid environmental change that could occur, rather than just going, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah.
What do we do now? So there's reactive planning and then there's proactive planning, and I suppose that's the difference is actually being a bit proactive with it. Some people just think planning's not needed or not necessary or too hard. Maybe it's in the too hard basket, but it's there's some sort of resentment to actually having to plan.
Yes. Well, I suppose that there's like with HR as well, there's a bit of resentment there, but
Yep.
that's not actually needed, because I can't really see.
Can't see the future,
No.
can't predict what's going to happen. No, but you can be a little bit prepared for possible scenarios,
Yeah.
or you can do some, succession planning within the organisation. So, training people up so that they're ready to take over. If that person ever does decide to resign or retire,
Yeah.
usually people get to a point in an organisation where they can't go any further.
Yeah.
So they have to leave. and that's when you know that there should be somebody there ready to take over. Although if you're a public organisation, obviously you still have to advertise because you're obligated to legally. So there might be just the pressures of day-to-day work. And remember when we talked about Mintzberg and his study of what do managers actually do, and it's relentless and it's a variety of tasks, and you're doing a whole lot of stuff, and actually you're just running around. You're not running around fighting fires. You're being reactive. You're dealing with the problems that have arisen because of a lack of planning. But you don't have time to actually plan because you're too busy solving all the problems from the lack of planning
in the beginning.
It's a real problem, but those pressures of day-to-day work are quite significant.
Definitely.
So that's about prioritising planning. Maybe managers don't have the skills or the knowledge to make those plans, or to see how their particular work group, unit or department ties in with the organisation's big picture. Now, if these are the organisation's big long-term goals, how are we helping to achieve that? And then how is the individual helping to achieve that? You know, you can embed it into their performance management. And domination by staff specialists. So that was about, you know, people having particular areas of expertise and not necessarily work horizontally coordinating across the organisation. So, you know, marketing goes off on their plan, and it's different to what the plan for production is. You know, marketing, we're going to market the iPhone 10. What are we up to with
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure because we've got the iPhone
X or something.
8 and then the X. So people call it the iPhone 9, they call the X the iPhone 10, but I don't know.
Well, X is 10 in Roman numerals.
Because you've got the 8 and then the 8 plus and then the X.
Anyway,
doesn't make sense.
You know, so Apple, marketing go, right, we're going to market the iPhone X, and then production go, actually we're still 2 years away from being able to produce millions of the thing. There's been a technological glitch, so you actually need to coordinate across those different departmental areas and work on the plans together. Right. Questions? No. Planning at Sheila Sunday, so I need to plug in this one. It'll be a video clip, and there's a few focus questions there for you to have a look at. While we are watching this one, hopefully it plays. Sounds a bit dodgy, but it comes right through.
Sheila Sunday is a relatively new producer of gourmet biscuits, which it sells to cafes and delis. The only experience the owners have in managing a business is what they picked up along the way, so they haven't really developed a formal direction for the company. Here, small business consultant Linda Haley worked with them on business planning with what she calls a vision plan.
Well, initially I went to TAFE and did a business plan, but because the business has grown so much and changed so much, that business plan really is irrelevant now.
And that was before you started the business?
I just started selling at markets, but once retailers showed interest, I felt like I needed to go and do a plan. The best thing about it was it let us know how much money it was going to cost to set up the business. But thereafter, it went into a top drawer and never really looked at again.
Probably because it wasn't fluid enough, it was too rigid, and it wasn't able to be changed easily.
Right.
You'll find a big difference between a business plan and a vision plan. A business plan is often about what was before, a vision plan is about the future. You'll find it's more dynamic, you can keep it on your computer, you can use it, you can change it, you can update it very, very easily. A vision plan is something you can revisit every 3 months at least. So, I've got you to do some homework, and you've done that. So the first thing I got you to do was to think about your vision. So instead of traditional business planning, which is focused on the now, I got you to go out 18 months, stand on that date, and create a vision of what your business would look like then. I think I got you to look at, say, 15 aspects of your business and describe what it's going to look like. So what we've done is we've created a vision. So the next step is to find out what the gaps are between where you are now and where you want to be.
Right.
So that's why I got you to fill out, and you'll have a look at here, the business health check.
Yes.
And I got you to rate yourself from all your systems and all your processes as to where you felt you fitted.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the now picture and the vision and identify everything that needs to change to help you achieve the vision.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think you're talking about your revenue quadrupling at the very least. So that's going to mean 400% more work, 400% more orders, 400% more profit.
Bring it on.
So we're going to go through step by step all the things you need to look at in your business.
Okay.
And from there, I'm going to get you slot those into a very simple spreadsheet that'll become your action plan. So to achieve some of these goals, there are quite a few things you're probably going to need to change or review. One of probably the most important things in food will be the product itself. So a lot of the strategies in your vision plan will need to be around your product. There's product development, there's product pricing, and you've got your manufacturing pretty well sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that will probably come through you is order fulfillment. Because at the moment, how many orders are you processing a day?
Not a great deal. But yes, one of our biggest goals is to get our volumes right up.
And one of the things you need to do as a part of your vision plan is to check your systems, because systems get overloaded. You can actually very simply do these systems, review them in about a day.
Mm-hmm.
You just take a day and go through every single system and say, if we multiplied that by 10, what would happen?
Right.
And if the word is implode, explode, fall over, then that's something you need to start to work towards. You may also need to achieve your vision, you might need to have a look at your job descriptions. Do you have job descriptions?
No, we've often said we need to sit down and have job descriptions. Yeah. At the moment, we both do everything.
I mean, job descriptions sound really boring because they sound like, oh God, that's stuff that employees have.
Yeah.
But even if it's you two sitting down and saying, who's going to have major responsibility for what? So part of the vision is to say, what resources have we got? I mean, we talked about you've got time, you've got money, you've got energy. You've also got skills. So whose skills are going to be better deployed in which particular role?
Right.
Do you have things that you tend to do better than others?
Definitely. Yeah.
I think we're good that way. We're not the same, and we don't sort of fight for the same things.
So Kate, where do you excel?
I think I'm more into planning or into the branding, that sort of area. Whereas I think Docs is the salesperson and gets out there. That's what she's good at.
So it might be that we put Kate in charge of planning. And this vision plan that you're developing, we then take that and all of these things that we've talked about as the gap, we just drop them into a very simple spreadsheet and Kate becomes the controller.
Yeah.
Where she'll be the one who says, okay, every month let's sit down and tick off the things you've actually done.
Yeah.
A difference between vision planning and business planning is these are really easy to change. You just pick up your magic wand and have another 2-hour meeting and suddenly you can rewrite it really, really quickly.
Right. What do you think about that one?
I'm very bored.
It was quite interesting.
What were they making? Biscuits?
What did Linda Hayes sort of say was the difference between a business plan and a vision plan?
Business planners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vision is
planning.
future.
Fluid.
Future focus and more adaptable, yeah. And that's the problem that we talked about with planning is, you know, if we have got rapid environmental change, then a plan needs to be able to update and change with that. What key steps are identified for the planning process?
Do something about job descriptions or anything?
Essentially looking at where they are now, where they want to be, and what is the gap. So it's a gap analysis again.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's kind of what you're doing in that assessment as well.
Yeah.
You're kind of saying, these are the key drivers, this is the mission, where does that not align? So what's the gap there?
Okay.
What aspects of their business needed, so they want to quadruple production
Yeah.
in the next how many years, I can't remember. But, so what sort of things need to be changed or reviewed?
They needed to take on their own roles because at the same time they were doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed to,
Clear responsibilities.
yeah, they needed to look at what they can do with their time, because they had time, like they said, they had money, they had energy, they need to look at what they can do with those three things
Yeah.
to
Yeah, and that come into the resources available
Yeah.
to them
Yeah.
as well. So they've got the time, they've got the money, they've got the equipment and set up.
yeah,
But if they're going to quadruple production, then they're going to have to review their systems and their processes
Yeah.
as to how that production happens, how the sales happen, how the distribution happens.
yeah,
It's just getting rid of the bit of
How, yeah, like how if we're going to make 4 times as many biscuits, like how's
we need a
that?
bigger truck.
Do we need a bigger oven? Do we need a bigger
Yeah.
truck? Do we need a big, you
More
know,
staff.
more staff?
Yeah.
You know, does that make it worthwhile doing it if we have to pay more staff? You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah. So they sort of start to think it through. I mean, you can get like if you're ever going out into small business, the banks and things all will give you like a small business planning template. You can Google small business planning template. I mean, there's a bit of a difference between planning for a small business and planning internally in a large organisation.
yeah,
And it's probably what we've looked at more. But both are hugely relevant, considering that something like 90% of New Zealand businesses are small businesses.
yeah,
You know, again, it's something that small businesses might fail to invest time into
yeah,
because they're so busy just keeping up with the day-to-day.
yeah,
But that's when they turn around tomorrow and their business is gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they need to be able to respond to those environmental factors. What about the cafe one, Sean? On the next activity.
Oh.
Throw them together, or
Yeah, yeah, sure.
what? Can you see some obstacles to effective planning
Um,
happening?
well, he has no roster system.
Yeah, it has no
It's
roster system,
Yeah.
and it has no ordering system.
no record of anything.
Yeah,
Right?
they just don't have
So, no,
they don't have a proper like system. In
They don't have
place.
a system for anything really. It's just touch and go.
Which is actually quite common in hospitality.
It is.
yeah. It's interesting because once you make goals and plans, you also start to introduce the need to control, right? And I mentioned it in the Sheila Sunday clip, is Kate likes controlling. I mean, I like the control side of it too.
Yeah.
It's the monitoring, it's the checking that you're actually achieving the goals as
Yeah.
you go, and adapting to that, because you can't plan if you don't know if your goals are achievable or not, and you don't know if they're achievable or not if you're not controlling and measuring.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Remember initially I talked about the 4 key functions of management, which are planning, organising, leading and
Yeah.
controlling.
Yeah.
So we do need that control. So, you know, they're not monitoring, they're not checking, they don't know. You know, there's a lot of pressure for the day-to-day work without enough time to plan. And he seems a bit indifferent to the need to plan.
He seems
as well.
quite biased, really.
He doesn't, he's a lot like I worked in a place where they didn't believe in computers or anything like that. So all orders, we rang them up over the phone. They did record them.
Yeah.
And you'd record, what was on back order and stuff, but it was all by the book. So you had like a book like this, which was the order book. Place put it down, it had absolutely no record of anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just, like there was no computer, you had to do, like there was a shoebox was the till.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
No.
But they believed in that, and that was that, and it was their way or the highway.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So one individual can be a particular barrier to progress in any one area if they've got a particular attitude or opinion around this sort of things. What areas of the business operations need improvement?
Most of them.
Majority of them.
Yeah, so they need a roster so that their
Yeah.
staff have hours and they are
Staff
available
planning,
and they
yeah,
have
rostering,
good
Staff
morale.
planning. They need to have contact with their suppliers so they know like prices and how much is being delivered, what's not being
Ordering
delivered.
of supplies is an
Yeah.
operation that needs
Yeah.
improvement.
I think Sean needs to have some control over some of the, the process of the business. He needs to have some control and some say in what he's done. So
Well, he is the
since he
manager,
is like
really.
the manager, he needs to probably be in charge of things like orders and talking to,
And setting up the roster.
and setting up the rosters and things like that.
Allocating
Peter just needs to
tasks.
let them do it.
Yeah.
So I think Sean needs to be someone that's utilised. And I think that they need to, obviously, like during busy hours, customers have to wait for a long period of time before they get food. Well, that's
More
probably
staff.
because there's not enough staff,
Yeah.
and the staff that are there often
Might not
don't
be
come to
performing,
work.
might not be motivated, might not be on time, whatever.
Yeah.
So what are some goals that they could put in?
They should they want it. Maybe they should because they said staff morale was low. So having like staff gatherings, after work drinks or
Yeah.
like just something to improve the staff so they're more happy and happier where they work, so they want to stay.
Yeah, and I think the roster is the big thing that comes down to that, because once you have the staff there and they've got set hours and days, you kind of get to actually know your staff as well.
And they feel a bit more happy with the work if they know what is expected and know when they're expected to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could put in some goals around improving staff engagement and morale by 15% or something, and then you could do some little staff engagement surveys each year to sort of try and measure it or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Reduce customer complaints, perhaps. It could be another goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think also
Setting budgets so they know like how much they want to spend on supplies.
and looking into a different supplier.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so a goal could be to review suppliers by March next year and identify the preferred supplier for ongoing sourcing of products. Something like that.
You probably want to come up with a different menu with the chef as well.
Promote a new menu.
Yeah.
Develop a new menu and promote a new menu within the next 6 months.
Bring up something like it's cafes, like a coffee card for locals, so 10 coffees and you can do one.
Introduce customer
Reward
loyalty
system.
programs,
Yeah.
customer feedback systems.
Yeah.
Okay, good. How can technology help?
Well, firstly, making like a spreadsheet and recording all of your stuff and suppliers.
Yep. Okay, so
Typing up a budget.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it doesn't have to be sophisticated. There are fancy, software packages that you can buy as a business, but that's expensive as well. So a simple Excel spreadsheet is not expensive, but still gives you quite a bit of information to help you with that monitoring process. So, You could do your roster on,
Yeah,
on a
online.
spreadsheet online, and get some online tools for helping with rostering. I don't know.
Maybe even like technology, like getting new tools. Obviously, maybe it might be slow, like your tool or their.
Everybody's using iPads. These
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It's like,
Instead of writing down an order, it's just.
modern cafes are doing everything from the iPad. Like,
Yeah.
Because like usually when I worked in a cafe, it was like you'd write down like flat, white, large, whatever, and then stick it up on a board.
Yeah.
But now it's just like you write it in the thing, and then it pops up above the barista.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah.
I worked in one like
Yeah,
we
we
had
worked
the
in
little things and you just stick them to the coffee machine.
Yeah, that's
And
what we
you
had
stick
too.
Down, 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 down.
Oh no, we actually had a coffee machine, and then we had like just like a wall, and there was a double sided tape on it every day, and you just.
Oh,
stick
they
it
just
on.
used sellotape and stuck it to the actual coffee machine and like stuck ones off there.
Where was that? Was that up here?
Bonsai, yeah.
Oh yeah, my mate.
go to the Muscle Inn, even up in Takako, and that's Hippieville,
Yeah.
and they are they're printing your receipt from the iPad, and
Yeah.
they're taking
It's a
the order
difference
on
to
the
that,
iPad,
yeah.
and it's pretty cool, but they could do that. They could use Facebook and YouTube to promote the cafe, so they could
Yeah.
start using social media as a bit of a marketing tool as well. So much potential. But, we start to see how planning, goal setting,
Yeah.
controlling are really interrelated.
Yeah.
We can't really talk about one without starting to talk about the other. All right. This week there's a wee bit to do. Have a search for some different examples of the mission vision. Well, that's what the set task. That's this assess course forum post. So I will post it onto the course forum tomorrow so that you can respond to that. Okay. Now you could use the example that you're using for your assessment. Okay, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel there. You will, if you've already thought of which organisation you're using.
I'm pretty much using the same organisation for everything.
Yeah,
Because it's easy.
yeah, no, it's good. It gives you follow through. You'll see the process from start to finish. Any questions?
No.
I will keep you posted about what I decide for next week.
Thank you.
I'll just have to have a look. I'll just have to do some planning and scheduling.
Oh my god, it's like kind of dark.
I know.
Yeah, I hate driving in the dark.
Yes.
So like tanker drivers, like I drive home to Tucker every morning, then I drive home at night
Yeah.
to work, and like tanker drivers and all those big truck drivers, man, they think they're beating me.
Yeah. Yeah.